Good.
You look good.
You feel good.
Good. You not so much.
No. Written hard, put away wet.
You'll learn that doesn't work.
Not saying a word.
Whenever you're ready, Brian.
Okay, we'll call to order the meeting of the Town Hall for June 8th, 2026. Please, roll call.
Tom Carey.
Here.
Brian Durkee.
Here.
Dave Kester.
Here.
Dan Rupno, absent. Rick Ziegler.
Here.
Okay, please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, there he is. Doing great. How are you? Watching you. You were not watching me.
Okay, approval of minutes for May 7th, 2026 and May 11th, 2026.
We did not get the minutes from Dave Kester, the minutes from the last meeting.
Oh, our secretary was tardy.
Yeah.
Okay,
So there's nothing to approve.
nothing, well, then we'll move on. Public comment. Has anybody signed up?
Yes, sorry, I was writing. So the sign-in sheet's a little different than what we normally are used to, so I'm just gonna call out people's names, and if you wanna talk, then you can go up to the podium. Bruce Degner.
This is not my supervisor's report. That's a little long. Bruce Degner, W1540, Gopher Hill Road. The item that I wanna talk about is, item J on the agenda, or item I, both of them, in regards to the rezoning for retail establishment. Please take into consideration turning off of Highway 16 in the right-hand lane if you're westbound with a truck, basically a semi. It's impossible to stay in the lane on North Road to make that right-hand turn because of the length of a semi or whatever. So you're in the southbound lane of North Road already, plus you're gonna have that driveway there. Please take that into consideration for that driveway, so that gets moved farther to the north, because otherwise somebody's gonna be coming out of that driveway and they're gonna be right in the lane of a truck. And there's a fair amount of semi-traffic there with the farmers, with grain and silage and all of that, manure, everything. So just keep that in mind. That's my comment on that one.
Thank you, Bruce.
So I have Brian Gilman and Lacey Gilman. You can, if you have something to say at the public comment, you can talk, or you can wait until you're on the agenda. Okay. I have a Katie. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, most people, it's anyone. I'm just newer to the area. I moved here about a year ago. I live on Parkview Drive, so just down across the street here. I just wanted to bring up today, there's been items I and J about rezoning, and there's been, these talks are happening because Dollar General is looking to purchase property. So I wanted to talk today about Dollar General specifically, and why we should look deeply at this kind of business that wants to be here in Exonia, as residents, other business members, people here in the community. I just wanted to maybe start that conversation of people maybe researching a business like this, just because of the amount of class action lawsuits against this particular business, in regards to overcharging, deceptive pricing, workplace safety, and shareholder fraud. So I just wanted to have people just know that this is something that is very real, very relevant. Their most recent class action lawsuit is in regards to the deceptive pricing, It's a $9 million multi-million-dollar payout that they're having to do for defrauding their customers. So they are known for preying on the poorest and doing this very much on purpose. So I just wanted to make sure that that's something that I can put on record and hopefully find other like-minded individuals who are willing to actually learn about this business and why we want them here in our community. That was it.
Thank you.
I have Jones Mebach.
Hi there, Joan Smeebach, W1373 County Road CW. I also was going to mention the class action lawsuits against Dollar General and whether or not we'd want to bring that type of business in. But also as someone who has to travel North Road to 16 and get onto 16 eastbound, with the bypass being shut down in Watertown, it's not so bad right now. But think about it, when the bypass opens up, you got school letting off, coming in and back and forth, and a store there, that's going to be ridiculous. Along with, I didn't even think of the semis coming in and out of there. But it's not something, if they wanna come in, put them someplace else. Put them someplace in downtown where they would actually be on the sewer system and stuff like that, where they could be in a regulated area where the speed limit is already 25 or 30 or whatever, and put them somewhere down here, if that's what they wanna do. But otherwise, I'd say stay away from 16 and North Road, because that's just gonna be an accident waiting to happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then I have Eric Martin, but you're on the agenda, you're gonna wait till then? Okay, thank you. I have Jeff and Jody Yeager. Okay.
Yeager, I guess I'm echoing the sentiments that we're hearing is I think we need to think long and hard about this Dollar General. I thought I remembered when the storage unit went in that the driveway that's currently there, the second one was pushed back as far as it could go. I don't know that a driveway can be pushed back any farther than it currently is. I think we all agree Exonia needs something. It would be nice to have a convenience store to go to. I just don't think Dollar General is what we want here in Exonia. I mean, it generally doesn't bring the best class of people, and it's gonna be more traffic. I used to travel that road every day, and it's hard to get out of North Road onto 16. And like Joan said, when there's traffic for school and all of that going on, it's a mess. I'll generally go a different way. When they redid 16, they made it better with how you can turn off a little sooner. You're not braking to quick turn, you can actually slowly get into it. But what's gonna happen when there's traffic, or like Bruce said, a semi, and you're stuck there out on 16? I mean, I think you guys really need to look at the traffic situation and how this is gonna affect an already busy intersection. I think if there was a roundabout there, maybe it would be a little better, which I know we would have liked to have happened originally and didn't, but I just think you guys really need to think about the traffic and the flow of it and what it's gonna do, especially when school's in.
Thank you.
Jody and Scott Rupdown, nothing? Ben Degner?
Ben Digner, W1632 Gopher Hill Road. My request is just for item D, if you're going to allow conditional uses, that hopefully we put some stipulations on them as for limits, and how many we can have and how long, and that they should also be revisited. So take that into consideration when you're looking at item D for the kennel. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I have Peter Mark, but Peter, are you gonna talk now?
Yep. My usual. I wanted to just remind our community that we had a beer garden in the park a week and a half ago. We want to give thanks to Exonia Bank, Brewfinity, and Boudet Landscaping for putting that on. It was a fundraiser for our park playground equipment, so we want to give thanks to those businesses that supported us, and a thanks to everyone in the community that came out and participated in the event and had a good time at that event. I also wanted to remind the community that we have a fundraising event with the Dock Hounds baseball team in Oconomowoc. If you scan our, was that UP? It's not a UPC.
QR code.
QR code. The fundraising committee for the park playground equipment will get $5 of the ticket. The date is August 20th?
7th.
August 7th? Okay. I'm not remembering off the top of my head. So if we could have the community support us in that event, that would be greatly appreciated. That's all.
Peter, what was raised with Beer in the Park? Do you know? Do you have a dollar amount? What was raised?
We don't have a dollar amount on, I don't have it right now.
We segregate all those funds, right?
Yes. That's all I have, Brian.
That's it. Treasurer's financial report for May 2026.
I have a few questions, like usual. Check number 31782, City of Oconomowoc, 83,000.
Yep.
Could you just give me information on purpose?
That's what we pay for our licensing and everything for district, utility district 2,
The license fee,
Yep.
UD2,
Yep.
okay.
and the flow.
License fee and flow, thank you. Next, 31794, United Liquid Waste Recycling, 10 grand.
Yep, that's our hauler of the sludge, so every time.
Utility one,
Isn't it possible this time of the year to be working that sludge out on its own, or is it always an ongoing?
It's always gonna be hauled out,
All the time? Okay.
yep.
Okay,
When it reaches the, a certain level, they have to haul it out.
okay, alrighty. Oliver Construction, 31812, 27,853.
That's paying them, for their services, towards the public works garage that they're doing plans on.
Is that a complete payment, Ben?
no.
Okay.
Do you have a total on it, Ben?
How much more is in the works roughly?
I'd have to get back to you on that.
Okay, you can later, thank you. Next page, 31824, City of Oconomowoc, 23,400.
Same thing, we pay them on a monthly basis.
Okay, thank you. Next, we need a 25,000 that for crack filling service. Where's the cracks?
And every
They're
road you
gone.
drive.
The road that you drove here on to get here?
No, I use the crack service on my GPS. So, is that complete, Bill, or, Ben?
bill for crack filling.
Okay,
Before we do seal coating and.
okay, thank you. Next, 31827, Johnson Block. Is that cement blocks?
No, that's our auditing company.
That's audit.
Okay, okay. Familiar with them, thank you. Page 3. 31853, liquid waste and other sludge.
Yep.
Okay,
They'll be on every month.
yeah. Well, this one has two
Well,
sludges.
it depends.
Yeah. So, thank you. Those are my questions offhand.
I had a question last month that I think only you could have answered, but you weren't here, which is on the Utility District 1, the principal payment line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, looks normal, but it says 150% over budget, so it's just,
Well-
is that like, did we just do an extra payment early or something?
No,
like that?
it's because the loan hasn't been closed out yet, so depending on how much we draw, they change it's not amortized yet. So as we take draws, that dollar amount keeps changing.
Okay,
So,
So do we need to amend the budget item, or we just, like, that's the strategy is it amortizes when it amortizes, and then we adjust the budget whenever we need it?
yeah, it'll get adjusted later on. The auditors may say that some of that will get like sent over to, maybe the TID district would, pay a portion of that or something, so they do, adjusting entries.
Okay,
So that will come later.
thanks.
Sure.
Is that it?
That's it with my questions. Thank you.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I make a motion to accept, what's the name of this here?
Treasurers.
Treasurer's report as presented to us.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by aye. Aye. Opposed? Treasurer's report's approved, subject to audit. Jefferson County Supervisor. You could've just stayed up there, Bruce.
No, you got one shot, that's it.
I'm wearing a different,
Yeah.
hat right now, so. All right, three items that I have here. First, we'll start out with, I know you have it on the agenda for kennel license, and I did get involved in this because you questioned the county on it as far as Michael, the administrator, got, so I got emailed in on this, that their question about the kennel license and that there is a statute that follows that, and also that you can charge for the kennel permit, and you can change the fees from what's in the statute to suit the local, as far as what you've been charging for dogs or whatever. So I think it's important, we talked about it, I think it's important that the township does do something for a kennel permit as far as licensing, because if you put a dollar value on it, if something happens along the line, you can revoke that license relatively easy, and there's a stipulation on it and everything. So at least take that statute into consideration when you look at this statute 174.053. So I wouldn't make hasty decisions on it until you know where you want to go with it. So that's my input on that, since I did get involved with it from Michael had talked to me about it, and go from there. EMS working group, we're moving along. We seem to be getting somewheres now. We had a meeting, myself and Kelvin, Mark Flood from Sullivan, Tanya Renai from Watertown, and the chief from Waterloo, and discussed different things on EMS. I think we came to the conclusion that it's gonna be a personnel thing. Everybody needs personnel. More EMTAs for the ambulance services like Etonia, Sullivan, Waterloo. 2 more paramedics, or 4 more. Was it 4 more paramedics for Watertown, or 2? You remember, Kelvin?
I think it was 4.
What's that?
I think it was 4.
Yeah, 4 more paramedics for Watertown. And 4 more people for Ixonia to keep around all the shifts and everything, so. It was a productive meeting that way, but that was just this northern part of the county that we talked about. And where it's gonna go, we'll find out on Wednesday. We have another meeting, we'll see what transpires there. County can get an assessment going through taxation, and we talk about a half a mil, it starts out at a 1/10 of a mil, and then 0.25 mil, and then 0.5 mil. It adds a fair amount of money onto the tax bill, not so much at the 0.1 mil, but 0.25 and then 0.5, that'll bring you up to a couple $100 on everybody's tax bill. And that's bringing a lot of money for the EMS services, but it's gonna take a lot to run it too, so I don't know where we're gonna go with that. Along with that comes deciding how to dole this money out. We can dole it out to the communities or to the ambulance services. The problem is, if we dole it out to the communities, it's gotta be a checks and balance system in there as far as making sure that this money actually goes for EMS coverage or fire coverage. If we dole it out to the departments, is that gonna lower anybody's rate as far as their contract fees in that? We've got 2 communities in the county that are paying an exorbitantly high contract fee to a fire service. And maybe, well, being that maybe everybody needs to adjust their contract fee too, that maybe places aren't paying enough. And it's a lot of decisions going on with that as far as how we're gonna do this. And even like with this personnel, everything's gonna be cross-trained personnel between fire department and EMTs, because that's just the way the things are now. And so we can't leave the fire service out of it either. And which, originally we were told that we had to keep the fire service out, but that's not gonna work because it's cross-trained, everybody's cross-trained, so. Hopefully more to come. We were kinda hoping that maybe by this tax period, coming up in November, that we'd actually have a rate to put on the tax bill. I don't know, we'll see, because we gotta start budgeting for that now. County starts budgeting already in end of June, so we'll see where we go on that. Any questions on that as far as EMS? It's kind of an iffy subject right now yet, but we're working on it.
The EMS work group, that's the proposal coming out of the EMS work group right now, and then it gets voted by the
There's no
the executive
proposal yet.
committee? Okay.
We're brainstorming, and, but we're getting to the point where, last month, since I chaired the committee last month, I said, we're gonna drop the financing for a while and figure out what we need, for EMS in the county. And that's why we met with the 4 fire chiefs from around here to figure out, well, what do you really need? And that's what it came down to, is personnel, and I think that's what we're gonna find out throughout the county. And 2 of the bigger departments in the county have already gone for a referendum in their communities, and they have all kinds of money because the taxpayers in those communities are paying for EMS service. That's another stumbling block we have, because how do we deal with that if we're gonna come up with another special tax for the county? And so we'll see what happens. And Highway Committee. Highway F from Sullivan to Exonia is getting reclassified. It is now becoming a major major highway in the county, so it's in line for more money from the state as far as that, because the vehicular traffic on Highway F is making it a major highway now, from a minor to a major, so.
What kind of money will that mean? That will go into the
That
roads and stuff?
That I don't know. That depends on what the state comes up with when they, puts it there. It puts it up, it's one better highway than a minor. Just for an instance, Highway 106 in the southern part of the county went down a classification because there's not as much traffic on there anymore. And it's a crooked road, you really can't get anywhere as fast on it, but F is a major thoroughfare, so. Which is good for us, because means more
Service, money.
or improvements on it maybe, and that. Another thing that came up at Highway Committee that'll be interesting, there was one in Dodge County, but if you look, they have something new coming up where they have a manure transfer pipe going over the roadways. And so according to the state of Wisconsin DOT, there's a set of rules on those manure transfer pipes that go overhead. And, it's interesting because the one that was in Dodge County, nobody knew about, and they never came for, basically they're gonna run it under their utility crossing permit, so it'll be treated just like a utility. And you have to have signage and the right height and everything. State DOT says it's gotta be 17 feet off the road. The one that was, in Dodge County was only 14 feet, so if you got a large load coming through.
Could be problematic.
Yeah, plus they're supposed to be on an open section of road, not on a curve. They have to be marked properly with signage and everything, because it's in road right away. So it might be something that the town board's gonna have to look at some point too, for having this utility permit used also for that manure transfer. And don't know, you don't know when they're gonna crop up. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
Bruce, the F reclassification, are there caveats to access? Are there other pieces to that other than the additional funding, of course? Are there other restrictions that come with that?
Well, I'm sure, you know, like Highway F, they're not allowing too many more driveways coming in off of Highway F and everything, probably too many more street, you know, because it's a major thoroughfare, they have to look at all of that. And that, where when it's not a major thoroughfare, they can give a little bit, but now it's probably gonna be more restrictive as far as.
That would be my guess. I'm just wondering how we handle the parcels out there that are within the comprehensive plan, and how we look at that then, knowing we'll probably be more heavily restricted.
Along with that, I'll get to your question, Rick. DNR came up with some more money for the bike trail. So, was talking with Kevin, they're gonna look into parking somewheres on the bike trail for a parking lot. And that, where that's gonna be, that depends on too. And that, but all at once there was some funding available for it, and they allowed Jefferson County to have it, so.
Do you know how much that was?
What's that?
Do you know how much it was?
No, he did not tell me how much it was.
Are they still looking at Highway F for that parking lot or off on a side road?
What's that?
For Highway F, are they looking for the parking on Highway F or off on a side road? You know what I mean?
Well, the
Here,
county wants off to the
since we're
side.
gonna have more traffic here, it makes more sense to move it away.
Well,
That's a safety
it's
concern.
gonna be the traffic study that's gonna have to look at this, where are people gonna be parking to go on this trip?
Right.
And where are people gonna be willing to sell some land to the county to do this all? It's dollars and cents. And
And landowners willing to part.
what's that?
Landowners willing to part.
Yeah,
That's probably the biggest caveat.
yeah. And at what cost?
Yep. Yeah, everything's for sale, right?
So, it's all gonna be, has to be determined yet, and I know they're doing some negotiations with some right now.
The change on Highway F, is that happened already, that we've been reclassified, or is
Yeah.
it going to happen?
That's happened already.
Okay, and when will these changes or whatever are gonna take place, kick in?
There's really not gonna be any changes other than, you know, anytime something comes up, they're gonna look at things a little bit different.
Okay,
It's just,
thank you.
Curtis
okay. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Bruce. Unfinished business. Discussion and possible action clarifying policy of stipend payments to board and commission committees.
This came up last meeting, and we didn't table it, we just didn't take any action. And looking at how we handle it, how it's been handled, it's inconsistent at best, so I did put together a motion, and I would like to present that motion. Move to amend the per diem policy to reflect the following changes. Elected officials are eligible for per diem in the amount of $30. This is limited to monthly town board meetings, emergency or special town board meetings, and the annual board of review meeting. Limited to those because those are the ones that we're required as elected officials to attend. The appointed and confirmed committee and commission members, and this is where it wasn't being consistent, are eligible for a per diem in the amount of $30, limited to regularly scheduled meetings, monthly, emergency or special meetings, called by their chair.
Okay,
That's my motion now.
that's your motion?
There's always a discussion, isn't
Well,
there?
somebody gonna second it, or?
I mean, we can't talk about it until someone seconds it, right?
Right,
That's
otherwise it'll die due to lack of interest.
Yeah, that's right. Going once?
Well, I'd say it died, it's dead due to lack of interest.
Can we talk about it now?
No,
No? It's dead.
no, it's dead.
If you wanna second it, then you can talk about it. But you
I-
don't
I
have to
just-
vote
I just
for
want
it.
that in writing, like, I wanna be able to, it's hard to, like, see this the first time.
Well,
instead of
then
having
we
it in
can
the
bring
packet.
it, then we can bring it back for
We
next
should
month
bring
in
it back.
writing.
In writing, correct.
Well, it'll be in the package for review and in
But
writing,
it died for lack of a second at this point.
at this point.
Yeah, so we're just
So
have to
it
bring
doesn't come back.
And get into more detail with it. It can come back every single month for
Well,
the
we
rest of our lives.
would have to add it, we would have to add
As
it,
long as you put it on the agenda.
Right.
Right.
but it doesn't come back automatically under old
No,
business.
no,
That's my
no, no,
point.
no. Okay, moving on. Members, issuing keys to board members.
Sorry for interrupting.
Okay, issuing keys to board members. Rick had some concern, he wanted a key, I said years ago, all supervisors had keys. And when Nancy couldn't keep track of how many keys were out, she asked me and Carl and most of everybody, and we all said, yeah, fine, I never used my key. I carried my wallet in my pocket for 16 years, 17 years at the time. So we turned them in, and board members never had a key after that. More or less to help keep control of who comes and goes and how many keys are out.
Do you want us to comment on it?
I think I did comment.
Yeah, no. Well, I just don't, for me, I don't need a key. I think maybe if we need a key, it has to be in a place where somebody would know where it is and get it in case they can't get hold of anybody else. That's my opinion on it.
And I would argue that same point, that this is not our office, this is
Yeah.
our clerk, treasurer, deputy treasurer, and staff's office. And we operate as elected officials, we operate out of our homes largely, so I would argue that that is not appropriate, and I would vote against it.
Yeah. My thought on it is, we've had some issues here that we've talked about, and I feel that, as a board member, that we should have access to this building. Just in the situation, we came by here and we saw, say, sparks coming up. We could come in here, make an analysis, call whatever we needed to do. That would be perfectly appropriate and a benefit.
If you see sparks, dial 911 and let Calvin deal with it.
Get a hold of
That's
Calvin.
what he's trained to do.
I'm not planning on being the policeman or fireman in this whole thing.
No, but I mean, just,
Yeah.
Is there a motion somewhere around here?
Not yet.
not yet. We need a motion.
I make a motion that board members are eligible to have keys for town hall and for the main purpose of accessing town hall as needed.
Do I have a second? Motion dies, the lack of a second. New business. Consider and possible action regarding the special event application by A. Bodette Services LLC, Andrew Bodette Services LLC, Exonia Bank and Brufinity to hold a beer garden at Fireman's Park on August 1st, 2026.
Andrew Bodett, N 8641 Hustisford Road. We're doing it again, I guess is the lamest way to put it. It worked well. To answer the question, we raised $2,000.
What was the amount, Andrew?
$2,000. The bank will be coming and bringing down a check for that because we are not the playground fundraising group. We are just local businesses working together for the community, for a project that I guess I kind of started way back when, and it just works out a lot easier for us to do it this way so that I'm not working in a town capacity and we're not working under those rules. It's so much simpler. This time around, unfortunately, we're not getting the beer donated. It's gonna take a little bit of a hit, but one thing we did learn is what we thought was gonna be an adult event, there was an absolute amazing amount of kids that came out, or families, I should say. So this time around, we kind of scratched our heads and did a little digging, and we are going to, this is gonna be still a beer garden, but kind of a more of a community event. We are still partnering with Brewfinity to do the beer, but our food trucks are gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna have multiple this time, most likely the grilled cheese truck that came in really clutch for us at the last event, because our truck we had lined up had its awning ripped off, so we had to scramble at the last minute to get that figured out. We might also have the Cousins truck there. I worked for the Parks Department with a company that had just started with bounce houses that needed to put them out at Ski Slide Park just to blow them up and take pictures. And with talking with him, I asked, hey, we have a lot of kids coming. It's gonna be August, it's gonna be hot. Do you have any sort of bounce houses that have water involved? And they have like a combination slide and bounce house, so they're coming to do it for free just because of the event we're putting on. We're also trying to get Taylor Enterprises involved. We're not sure if it's a donation yet, but they said they would come out and serve ice cream while we're having this event. So we're trying to think of covering all the bases so that not only the adults have something, but the kids have something to do. And it's still a fundraising event that the town has they don't have to do anything. We're just putting this on for the community. So I'm just looking to get approval to do it again. We're not closing any roads. I may close a portion of the parking lot. I didn't plan on it last time, but Brewfinity really wanted it just to keep like a portion of the parking lot between Embers of Tuscany and the park open so that there's no cars there. Because they had some games set up and they just wanted like a clear access to the bathroom so that there's no cars coming through. So I'm not going to close any roads, but that's about all we're going to close. So do you have any questions for me?
No.
I've got a question more for Joanne, or it's license and insurance and stuff wasn't in the packet, but I imagine
It's all through Exonia Bank. So they're the primary sponsor. We have special event insurance through them because, like I said, they're the primary. Everything we ran through last time, we ran through the bank. So.
I mean, do we have copies of any of that, like at town hall, like if?
Yeah, I
kid
keep it,
breaks
yep, I
ankle
keep
or
all the
something?
applications. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, if we have all the paperwork, then.
How much would you expect that we would get, say, on the next event with?
He'll tell you when it's over.
Yeah, I really don't have any way of predicting. I'm hoping, I was really hoping for $5,000 with our last one, but being the first one, we're kind of like the guinea pig. The playground group had brought this up and an idea that they wanted to do it, and we just kind of took it on our own and just wanted to see if it was viable. So it turns out it is. I mean, everybody had a good time. It's a win-win for the community.
I mean, it's a roll of the dice for weather, everything. So, I mean, he'll let you know when it's over. Well,
Well, you fine tune it now once you've been through it.
Yeah, that's the hope. Is
Yep.
Our goal really is to keep this rolling so that it'll self-sustain itself. But I mean, it's only the second one. We're hoping for at least a couple a year going forward. So
Finding out, like you said, with young kids coming, now you know exactly what you need for the next one.
well, I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Well, get your track shoes on, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you. Consider and possible action regarding the request from Exonia Park and Rec Commission to hold a rummage flea market at Town Hall in the parking lot on Saturday, August 22nd, 2026, from 8 a.m. to noon as a fundraiser for the Fireman's Park playground equipment.
Okay, we're back to the Park and Rec playground equipment fundraising. It seems like this whole meeting is that. We want to use the parking lot here at the town hall. We would be renting out spaces for the community to present their rummage goods for sale. We also are going to try to have a food truck or beverage truck, maybe a coffee truck or something like that. The date was the 22nd, August 22nd. And we are going to try to see if we can have some activities for the kids again also with this event. It's not gonna raise a whole lot of money because it's just going to be what we're charging for the spaces, but it is a start at a good community event that we would like to continue doing if it works out well, so. So we need the board's approval to allow us to use the parking lot. And then the next item on your agenda is the request to allow parking on Marietta Avenue during the time of that activity, so that, because our parking lot's going to be used for vending spaces, so. Any questions for the board on that?
Probably gonna have some kind of a signage or cones or something over there. I mean, is there anybody nearby that might let you, park also for additional? Let's say across the road, for
Well, we
in
are
case you
gonna
get
talk
more
to
of a turnout
permits
than what you need, you know what I mean?
in regards to that, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What were the hours of that?
8 to noon.
8 to noon?
8 to noon,
Ben,
yeah.
you put cones out there or something, don't you?
We'd have to have special signs for parking. I don't have any parking
So,
signs.
people know that we're not gonna get people confused.
But with the road being wider now, it's,
A little easier.
that day is fine.
Okay.
Because currently there's no parking on there yet on both sides.
Any insurance using it as a commercial operation versus a parking lot? Is there any variable that we should be looking at?
Well, the thing of it is, you're public space, so
Yeah.
your parking lot is considered road, just like the road.
Right.
So it falls underneath those same parameters.
I'm just saying we're converting it to a commercial operation. for
No,
short
it's a
term.
park operation, which is part of the town.
Park.
It's not a separate entity.
No, I know it's not separate entity. I'm just saying it's being utilized for commercial space.
The town is allowing people to be there, so it's under our
Okay.
auspices.
Question for Ben, the signs that you're gonna need to be made, can we get, other signs made so that they could be fill in the blanks, or all of these, we write in the date, so that if we have another event, that we don't have
Yeah, we
to
have,
purchase signs again?
we can make some, on the temporary no parking signs that we have, we can laminate some pieces of paper that say parking here today. That would be fine.
Like cardboard and white, but sure, okay. Thank you.
I make a motion to approve them using the parking lot for the fundraiser.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Peter.
You're gonna have to do
You
a
get the
motion on
parking
the
one, too.
parking.
Well,
Street parking.
That
okay,
includes parking.
okay.
His motion was to approve B and C.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Well, you brought them both up.
A and C, yeah.
They brought them both up, so I'm like, okay, let's just
We're not
get
gonna
her,
make another motion. to
let's
do
get
C.
her done.
We're combining them.
If we go much longer, we'll have the first hour of Park and Rec.
That's all right. There's no rush.
Okay, request by Brian Gillerman for conditional use to allow for a kennel, including dog grooming, boarding, business and existing A3 zone at W1370 Gopher Hill Road, parcel 012-0816-0914-000.
I'm Brian Gilman, W1370, Gopher Hill. This is kind of a two-part because it's for kennel application. We do, we're dog breeders for miniature Australian Shepherds. So we want to register the property as a kennel, so we can register all of our dogs through Exonia and through Dutchess County, kind of under the same kennel license versus doing individual registration. And then also to build a structure on the property to allow for dog boarding and dog grooming and daytime dog care. So we've, as part of this, we've been going around and looking at, you know, mitigation for the neighborhood and stuff like that. You know, we have, you know, a very long driveway, a lot of concrete space for any vehicle traffic, so we won't be interrupting any of the traffic on Gopher Hill. We're looking into doing contract work with a commercial waste management service, having a dumpster on site and removing all the waste from the property, putting in an individual septic for it to keep it out of our residential septic, but we're on well and we're on septic, so we're not tied into any of the town stuff. And we don't have any close residential to us as well. We have A1 lots surrounding the entire property. When we're building, we're looking at doing, you know, heavy insulation and sound mitigation and having a fully enclosed commercial fence off the building as well for any of the dogs that are not our own to be fully contained within our business hours as well. So this will be by appointment only for grooming and also for boarding. You know, we will have gate access off the driveway for people coming on and off the property during posted hours. But other than that, are there any questions? I probably forgot a bunch of stuff. But.
Have you had any experience in this line of work, this business?
Yes. So my wife Lacey back here, this is kind of her dream. She's had it for a long time, and I'm supporting it. She's been breeding miniature Australian Shepherds for 12 years now, and she works also as a dog groomer at Pewaukee Dog Grooming. So we're looking to, you know, get closer and not drive so much, and be able to do it here at the house. Part of what we're doing is we're always around dogs. We have a large community. We have people that need help with their dogs with boarding, and so we take all that kind of on our own. But we'd like to officially make it a business. You know, there's not a large resource in the area for this. You know, we've been looking around, and we think we can really help people that have a need.
So Lisa, you've done breeding in the past?
Yes, I've been breeding miniature Australian Shepherds for over a decade now.
Okay.
And really have grown my lines. Our lines kind of go across the nation. We're into the show circuit. Not just breeding to breed, we breed for a purpose.
Right, we're very intentional about it. We do about 3 or 4 litters a year, typically. You know.
Where was your last breeding business?
I'm originally from south of the Quad Cities in Illinois. I just moved up to Wisconsin a couple years ago. We've been searching for a property we've had our dogs, I've had my dogs for over a decade. And we moved up here and we're a smaller spot, trying to find a bigger spot in order to sustain what we have.
Have you done any breeding business in Wisconsin at all?
Yes, yeah, for the small time that we lived in Minnesota Falls for a short time, I've had my dogs the entire time, yes.
You, in your conditional use, you mentioned a retail store?
Mentioned a what? I'm
A
sorry.
retail store? Store.
Oh, retail store, yeah. I mean, if we can, we're gonna have a waiting area, for people that bring their dogs in to be groomed and kind of sit in the area. We thought it'd be nice to have some retail shelves where we could offer products we recommend and we've had success with, or, you know, even partnering. We were considering looking at, you know, Bernat's and see if they do anything with kind of tail head with the animal, and anything we could do with some sort of animal stuff for that as well. It's not something that needs to happen. We just thought it'd be nice if we had the space to just have some small stuff that customers can look at or buy if they wanted to while they're there.
Different soaps and stuff like that we recommend, or different kind of brushes, because a lot of people don't know how to properly groom a dog at home when brushing, having those extra brushes on hand to sell.
See, part of the problem is a retail store becomes a whole nother game. Okay, I mean, it has egress lighting, it has ADA bathrooms, it has to have fire department inspections. You know, it creates, it's almost its own conditional use. Okay, where, you know, we have retail space that conforms to all these. I mean, the egress lighting and everything is state law, the ADA bathrooms is state law. We have to do a fire inspection. So, you know, that would bring a lot of things, okay, you know, on top of, it's not just a simple, well, here, we've got a few things for sale. Okay? And it also creates a kind of a tough deal for us because we have designated commercial spaces. And, you know, if we allow you to have, and I understand it's with your dogs, but then the next guy does automotive repair and, well, he could start selling, you know, automotive parts and speed parts and, you know, it's like, how do we decide, you know, what's a little and what's a lot and what isn't and what's not? So to me, your whole application become very confusing to me. Okay, because, you know, it starts out, you got a 4-acre hobby farm, and that's your words on the application. Okay, and, you know, from a hobby farm, it went to, you know, commercial store to grooming, which is another retail commercial business. And then it goes to, you know, breeding and then daycare and kenneling. I mean, it's, you know, it almost has like 4 different conditional uses, okay, you know, and there would have to be some restrictions on all of them. And, you know, it makes it very hard to make it a one-time visit to get this whole thing approved in my eyes. You know, the surrounding areas, village of Lac La Belle, which is west town of Oconomowoc and that, their minimum is 5 acres for just commercial kennel period. You know, that's no grooming, no breeding, no nothing, because I talked to them personally, and I went out and got a copy of it. It also has restrictions on lighting, outdoor runs, you know, employees. I mean, you know, I mean, it addresses a lot of things. So to me, you know, this is a very complicated thing, and I didn't know if you knew how complicated the store was getting with ADA, same with when you have people coming for your grooming, your bathrooms now are ADA, you're a commercial entity.
Right.
Okay, so some of these things might be best left out of this, but that's up, you know, it's up to you.
And we're perfectly open to that. If the retail really confuses things, it doesn't need to be there.
Well, it complicates it a whole lot.
Right, and
I mean, it doesn't confuse it. I mean,
Right.
I'm familiar with it, I understand it, but it takes us down, you know, from a simple gesture to all these rules.
Right, well, that's why I meant it's overcomplicated. Like, we don't need to overcomplicate things, you know, the main goal is to, you know, have our dogs and continue with the legacy she's been doing for the past 12-something years now, and to also offer grooming and boarding. You know, that's the big goal here, really.
You got a lot of moving pieces, just
Yeah.
simplify it, I guess. Basically, that's it in a nutshell.
Okay.
You know, find out what's more important to you as far as which way you wanna go, you know what I mean? Keep it more, it's complicated. Just
I mean,
simplify it.
I would like to see this, now that, you know, you've had this discussion, we've talked about some things, I would like to see this go back to Plan Commission with your requests of, you know, a business plan, like what's your hours of operation? You know, because, you know, you gotta restrict the number of the times when the dogs are outside. You know, you got people that don't want dogs,
We
but,
have all
We
that.
have the hours of operation, outside, daytime, and all that stuff in here as well. Sorry.
well, okay, I mean, if that's what you wanna go with. I mean,
Are you talking more blocked out scheduling? Is that what you're looking for?
yeah. To me, otherwise, we have to put restrictions on it. Okay, and, I mean, the whole thing is, you're trying to take and run a business where businesses normally don't exist. Okay, you know, and so, you know, we have to approve the conditions that it operates under, and we have to make sure that it doesn't affect none of the surrounding neighbors. Okay, that's, you know, in all fairness, you know, because these areas, I mean, it takes our zoning and changes our zoning. A conditional use permit is what it does. And so we have to make sure that it doesn't affect, you know, the surrounding neighbors. It doesn't affect future decisions that we make. I mean, so that we keep it fair for other people coming in. So it, you know, as Dan said, it has a lot of working pieces to it. And, you know, I mean, it goes from daycare to, you know, kennel license to, you know, operating on weekends and nights to, you know, breeding. Well, you know, I mean, how do you sell your dogs once you have them?
I actually have a waiting list that I've had for years. I have, right now, I think I currently have 15 on my waiting list. We don't really breed if we don't have a purpose to breed. We breed for show lines and to produce that, and we have several that go to other breeding programs around the country.
Okay, so I mean, that answers, you don't have people coming out looking at them and doing all this
No,
kind of
they're not
stuff. They have a
allowed around the
home.
Right, we
I
don't
mean,
allow anyone around the puppies.
I mean, these are things I don't know, and
Right.
you know, I couldn't see it looking at, you know, your application and stuff.
Okay.
And to me, it had so many moving pieces that I didn't know what I was in favor of, you know, because
Right.
it just creates so many problems.
Just simplify it for us, and then we can take another look at it. I would say just take it back to the planning commission
Okay,
and come back with it.
all right, we will.
Well, that's if they simplify it. What if they just filled out all of the requisite paperwork? Like if they actually just have the retail space plan, and it's clear to us, this is the retail space plan, this is the conditional use that they're asking for, and it's all out on the table for us. I mean, because like we're asking them to simplify it for us to be able to understand it. If all of the paperwork is there and Stan says, yeah, it seems legal, you know, like then it's up to us to vote.
Well,
Correct, but we don't have that in front of us.
but
Right,
the
right.
thing
Yeah,
the
but-
thing
but
I'm
like-
saying is, if we open up retail space, you're opening up a whole bag of worms for down the road. I mean, then everybody, why would you wanna go have commercial land when you could run a business out of your home?
Yeah, well,
I
I mean, I guess I'm just like forcing it to the table of like, it's up to them if they wanna come to,
Well, and I
ask for
said-
the retail space, and then we say, no, actually, retail space is
But
not allowed
it's
there.
gonna require then Wisconsin,
You know, he's
The
zoned
store-
A3, and you can have a professional business out of your home.
And it'll be family owned and
That's
operated.
what you can have an A3.
Yep, it'll be veteran owned, family owned and operated.
you
No
can't
employees.
have,
A3 says you can have a professional home office, okay?
office.
Yes.
It doesn't say retail store, it
So
doesn't
if he has
say,
his office in there, he
Yeah,
can
okay.
have his office.
that is correct. But this is way far from an office.
You're going after the retail store.
Well, it creates a lot of problems.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the retail aspect was more convenience
Off the
items.
table.
Right, it doesn't
Yeah.
even need. to
It
be
wasn't,
part of
it wasn't like you were gonna be stocking a retail store. It was convenience items, and I get your point, Brian, that if I run a body shop or a mechanic shop, I could start selling parts, and next thing I got a junkyard and.
Well, I mean, where do you stop? I mean, a home office spells out a home office.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't,
But I think the
So
intent.
if they walk in and say, hey, I got a brush here, yeah, I got one here, I'll sell it to you.
Well,
I think the
Are we
poten-
talking retail?
I'd have to look into it as well, but I thought I looked at the zoning and it says you can own family-owned and operated business in A3 zoning. It doesn't say
Yeah.
office. says
Well, it says you're
family-owned and
allowed the
operated business.
office, in your home, so you don't have to have a separate, place for your office.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has the county published the Class 2 notice for your public hearing yet?
No, I haven't been notified of it. I think it comes from Zonia's recommendation prior to publishing that notice.
Okay. I just was concerned about a shot clock. In that if we didn't speak now, we may be forever holding our peace. So if that's the case, then if you guys are amenable to try to come back with something, my suggestion would be to talk with the supervisors you've heard here that have concerns and try to address their concerns with an amended application so that they're happy and then you come back here next month and smooth right through.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
No, we be happy to.
Fair enough.
Talk.
Fair enough with me.
Any of these guys that you want to talk to would be, I can say guys now, there are no ladies. I would say guys anyway, even if there were ladies up there, so.
So I've got a question for when they come back, because Bruce or someone said, well, we should think about the conditions associated with the kennel. Do they put that in their packet and give it to us in their business plan, they say they're only having the dogs outdoors from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with a hard cap of 30 dogs? Do we decide that at this table and write it in, or do they bring that in their packet to us?
I would suggest that they get feedback from you guys individually and come back with that. Because otherwise you can ask the county. First of all, we don't do zoning here. The county does. We all know that. So we're only a recommending entity. They can ignore us if they want, but they won't. You know, typically they will agree with pretty much what we ask them to do. So unless they're going to get sued and lose, but so I just think that you're not going to get enough information right here in this setting to deal with how to restructure your application. And I think you're hearing a willingness from these guys, so long as there are certain major issues that the neighbors are raising, that if you talk to each and every, I don't know, which ones want to talk to these guys?
I'll talk to
any
them.
one of them.
Talk to any one of us.
Okay,
We're all available.
talk to all of them, okay? On the web, their numbers are there, and bother them day and night.
I promise I won't do that.
Just a couple quick questions also. Where was the last place that you did have a breeding business in operation?
Well, my breeding business has just been fully in operations for the past 12 years, wherever I've moved. So as I said, I'm originally from Aledo, Illinois, where my business was. I came up here to move with my husband that lived in Menominee Falls. So my dogs came with me to Menominee Falls until we found this property. We've been looking for the past year and a half since I moved up here from Illinois.
Okay.
So in Menominee Falls, we're having the breeding program going through there.
Okay.
And we did put a pause onto it as we were trying to find a property large enough for all the dogs.
How long were you in Menominee Falls?
I've been in Menominee Falls since 2018. The dogs and everything came up October 24.
Yes.
Wow. Were those dogs licensed in the village of Menominee Falls?
No, because we talked to them and they said since because we've been trying to move since I moved up here. So they said, well, just wait until you go to the next where you're permanent and just license. They were all licensed in Illinois.
Are those dogs vaccinated and have all their shots and
Yep.
stuff?
Yes. But we're not able to finish out the rabies, and all the other vaccines are done, but we can't finish that out because we can't license them without the kennel license. Because then it becomes a group license for the kennel, because we have over 4. Does that make sense?
So then, I'm not familiar with kennel licensing and that kind of stuff, but is this possible that you could have 50 dogs, say, and not have any of them registered in the town of Ixonia here?
No.
And
We're not supposed to do
No,
that.
I'm just saying, is it possible that could happen due to the kenneling?
Kennel licensing, no.
No.
So there's restrictions on licensing. So it goes by how many dogs you sell a year. If you sell over 25 dogs, I think you have to have a license, which we don't sell over 25 dogs a year.
And that goes into a state level at
Yeah.
25 dogs, then you have a lot more approvals and eyes on you.
Right, we just do the kennel licensing because every county we have found it has been different, because we've been searching for a home for a while in the vicinity, so we've had to look at these different counties. And with this county, it's 4 dogs max, and after 4 dogs, you have to have the kennel license, is where they're at. So it's kind of a mixture of fine line. So kennel license, if you have, sell over 25, or if you have over 4, in this county, it's specifically over 4 dogs.
But the dogs can be vaccinated if they're licensed or not. That's
All
just
the
a
dogs
matter
are
of the vet doing it.
Yeah, all of our dogs are vaccinated, but you keep the rabies, so you have to get with rabies, once you get the rabies, that goes to the county. So some of ours already do, like they're intertwined, they're all over the place, like when they.
I'm not following you because you need to bring in the rabies paperwork to get a license here.
Yes,
Okay, so your dog has to have its rabies shot before you can even issue a license. So every one of your dogs could have a rabies shot right now, or should have.
some of them have rabies, well, they all have had rabies shots, but they're at different timeframes throughout the year when they've gotten them.
Not all at once.
Yeah, not all at once.
They're
So
all current.
yes, they're all
Very
current.
good.
Some
There
of them
you
need to
go.
get new
Okay.
ones, is what I'm saying. Vaccine-wise, other than rabies, they're also all current. We do all of our own vaccines for that, but we can't legally do our own rabies. They have to go through the vets to get that. But we can't register them until we have that kennel license, because, if that makes any sense, because rabies goes along with registering. Does that make sense? Or am I saying this completely wrong?
I'm not quite following you,
You will
but
follow all local,
Yes.
state, and federal laws related to your dog.
Correct.
And you have to, so.
Yes.
Right.
You need to register them, and you have
They're
to
our
have all that
family, we
stuff.
don't want anything to happen to
No.
them, so.
So typically with a dog license, you have a dog.
Yes.
They get, you have a rabies license, or,
Right.
certificate. You come in and you license your dog.
Correct.
So that's how you get your license.
Correct.
And you do that at the local level, which is us.
Mhm.
Now, because you have more than the allotted amount of dogs,
Mhm.
you have to get a kennel license, which is what they're here for tonight,
Correct.
to get the kennel license. I don't know how
You
that,
still have to follow, each and every dog has to be registered
Yeah.
with it. The kennel license is a zoning issue.
correct, but they have dogs here
Right.
that are not licensed.
Well, they're gonna have to be.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. So what we have discovered when looking into the county, they said you can do a group licensing. Instead of doing individual, it's a group license.
Instead of paying $40 per dog, we can pay $250 for our entire kennel, which would cover all of the dogs.
Did they give you a
Because we
number?
don't always keep
Did they give you a number on
number.
that group licensing?
I
X
have to
amount?
go back and look at it.
We-
but it's
Okay.
significant.
but we have some people here that have over the 3 dogs. They have their physical therapy dogs or whatever, but each dog pays a fee and each dog is registered.
Correct.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know why you should,
But they don't have a kennel license, so they just have a.
They do
Yeah.
have a kennel license.
they
No,
do.
Those people.
Those
We
people.
have one in Exonia that has a kennel license that has multiple dogs.
And they license each.
And they
individual
license
dog.
each dog and pay for each dog.
If you have to have a license for each dog, you will pay a fee to license each dog.
Correct, if
Yes,
that's
you
the
will.
way, we just got told from what we were understanding, we thought with the amount we had, they had to be a group license.
No,
I don't think
Well,
we
and
have
that's
that
fine,
in our
we're totally want to go by any law, we were just going by what we thought was supposed to happen with the amount we had.
Okay.
So with that.
So your
that
X
being-
amount of dogs times the licensing,
Yeah.
you're willing to pay.
Yes,
Yes.
correct,
So that being said, you can license now each of your dogs.
right.
Up to
yes.
4.
up to 4.
Up to 4. I
Okay.
can't license any.
See,
They
and
can't-
that's where we were having the issue with the group licensing.
We would need the kennel license to register the remaining dogs.
The problem is you're asking for kennel license, you're asking for a groomer's the allowable grooming or breeding, grooming, daycare. I mean, you're asking for a lot of moving parts to it. It's not just a kennel license that you want.
Would it be possible to make a decision on just the kennel license and then have us come back with the business plan for the boarding and the grooming as the second part of the conditional use permit?
So that way we can get our dogs registered.
Because we did this back before we even closed on the house, we started filling out these forms while a guy named McNutt still owned it, so we could get registered as quickly as we possibly could. Because we didn't want our dogs being here for 2 or 3 months before we could even get them registered with the county. And that's kind of what it's turning into, so. I don't know if that's possible.
It
because
is.
It's all tied to the same thing,
Is the kennel license even
Just-
something we need to vote on, or
Yes.
is that
Yes.
just?
Oh, yeah,
Vote on
and
the
it
kennel
has to have
license.
restrictions.
Yeah.
It's a zoning issue.
Okay.
And they will be appearing before the county, and the county will look for you to make a recommendation, yes or no, and any conditions that you want. So if it is just a kennel license, seems to me that the issues would be how many would be maximum. Their site plan related to where they're gonna be. Any other, the site plan kinda takes care of everything, right? Because you know where they're gonna be. I haven't seen maybe it is in here. I didn't study that, but I would say
if you approve it, it will be, look at their application, the number of maximum dogs, and you don't deal with hours of operation, you don't deal with anything. It's just a matter of whether or not you give a kennel license for them to possess on their property more than 4 dogs.
And these are for their personal dogs,
Correct.
not for their boarding.
Right,
ones.
the boarding won't come up at
Right.
all.
That's-
So how many
okay,
dogs
just
do you have right
clarifying
now?
Right now we have 14.
14?
Couple are getting
But-
ready to leave.
But we have 4 of those are puppies,
Okay.
and then some of them are, or
6 are puppies.
6 are puppies, and a couple of the older ones are retired from the program, and we're looking for homes for
Okay.
them.
Are you sure
So-
you want to get a kennel license before you get the rest of your business approved by here? To be
What would the hiccup or hold be in that,
30 days?
30 days?
For you to talk to these guys, get all your dogs together and convince them individually that, you know, you satisfied all their conditions.
So if we try and do a kennel license today, then the building side, the boarding and grooming would essentially be its own conditional use.
That will be an amendment to the conditional use that you have right now.
Okay.
And that could be, you know, done later.
Mhm.
But now, you probably want to have more, how many dogs would you want to have personally in your kennel license?
We never wanna go over the max over 15. As of right now, we have 14, but that's only because we have retirees and then we have young ones.
Okay.
And those, we only have actually 3 females that are breeding currently, and then 2 males.
Ideally, we like to stay around 10 dogs.
Well, you want a maximum, because that's,
So maximum of 15, but we'll never go
We
over
could
that.
say maximum 15.
so you have a decision whether or not you want to get this all rolled together, which makes a lot of sense. So you have some certainty in terms of what you're dealing with, or if you ask them whether or not they'll recommend to the county based upon where, you know, your application, your site plan, where you wanna put them, with a maximum of 15 dogs, whether they will recommend to the county approval of a kennel license.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Can we clarify how many dogs over the age of 6 months or older?
5 months is state law.
So there's
But
5 months
our ordinance
license.
is 6.
8.
8.
8.
8 adult dogs?
Yes,
Okay, out of the 14.
yes.
Is ours is 6?
Oh, state law is 5.
It's 5 months.
How many years it comes in?
I don't know, you tell me.
So the puppies are how old?
One is 2 months, 3 are,
So they're all under 6?
yes, all the
Okay.
puppies are under that, yes.
All right. So you're good on the puppies? Because they're under 6. So we're worried about the 8 dogs right now. But, yeah, I think you should just go back, get it all together, and then come back so we can take a look at it. Otherwise, we're gonna be piecemealing.
I'd like that. But
We don't need to be piecemealing.
Put it
Get
together as one
Get
good
together as
program.
one, so we can make a decision,
Okay,
and then
we'll do
move on.
Sound good? Sure to be talking to you guys pretty soon about it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is this yours?
Okay. Request by Malriby Farm Trust to rezone 1 acre around existing house from A1 to A3 and rezone from A2 to A1 to remove existing A2 zone at N8697 Hustisford Road, parcel 012-0816-1831-000.
So, you all know I'm now the plan commission chair, so I was just gonna share with you what they said. I'm not sure where they are tonight. But the plan commission, really was a pretty straightforward petition, and it passed 4-0. There weren't any comments on this particular petition either at the planning commission meeting, so. There is, this is a rezone, and then next month there would be an actual split. That got missed on our agenda, but that was their intention, so, just so
So-
you're aware.
from what I see is that lot 1 is A1, okay? Or A3. So they're trying to go back to A1 so it fits in with the 37 acres, is that right? And then they want to cut off the house, existing house right now. That's their request. So they're going to come back later with another split off of that.
No, that's,
It was-
this, it was supposed to
It was
be,
supposed to be included.
it was an,
Okay.
it was an
It was
overs-
just, it was missed on the agenda,
yeah. And there was,
Okay.
so we couldn't vote on it.
Well, if you're coming in for splits, I think the person should be showing up here. That's just my,
Well, no, he-
you know, if you're going to be,
he met with us at
Okay.
planning, planning approved it. We understood the split issue, cause it came out of the county wrong, and it was confusing, so it didn't get put in right. We understand there's a rezone, that's all we're voting on right now is the rezone.
Yep.
okay,
And that's-
rezoning this one.
Yeah, back.
A3 back to A1 is all we're looking for right now.
And ultimately, he wants to get it all squared away and then split off the main house and the outbuildings. And
So he
have-
wants to combine A1 with the 37. Because he owns 37, so that means he's going to have A1 here and A1 there, and this is going to be a combined. Then he's going to separate off the house.
Right.
So that's what he's looking at right now, is just this,
Yeah.
not this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all we can, that's all we were able to approve in
Right.
planning.
Right.
And there was no neighbors, no opposition, or, nobody spoke in favor or in opposition of it, so.
No, he's well.
It's
put
one of
that
those
back.
deals where they're probably looking to get some passive income on the farm and
Yeah,
just
well,
get
he
it all
can
squared
certainly
away.
put that back to A1, which is fine. That's the only, that's the one he's looking at now. So we're scratching the house.
A question, would it be prudent to just retable this until the plan commission gets everything in order and then presents us with a complete, clear package? Rather than, we're gonna move these parts over here today, and then tomorrow we're gonna be moving some other parts. The parts aren't gonna
Is
get
it-
moved till we approve them.
It's on the
You can
agenda.
rezone it.
It's pretty
You don't
simple,
have to-
it's pretty simple.
You
It's
don't have
just
to
a,
grant the
it's just,
conditional use.
all we're granting is the rezone right now that they're asking
The
for.
zoning, yeah.
I mean, it's real simple. You know?
We could do it either way, but we did not want to not take action because there was it was an issue with the county and how they presented it.
Well,
We didn't feel it was worth penalizing the client, the petitioner, so we did take it up and approve it.
I make a motion that we change the rezoning as requested.
Second?
A motion and second, is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Request by Eric Martin for conditional use to allow for truck repair business in existing A1 zone at N9498, Green Valley Road, parcel 012-0816-0341-001.
Hello, my name is Eric Martin. Live at N9498 Green Valley Road. Lived there for 10 years, and I started a truck repair business out of the existing pole barn I got. I've been in the business for 23 years, and I guess I've been in the Exonia area my whole life, working and or living nearby, so. Normal business hours. I'm the only, employee, no employees. General tractor, trailer, dump truck repair, brakes, oil changes, radiators. Got, enough contacts where I believe I can make a business work, and, looking to make it happen if possible. I know there's gonna be some, changes to the building to bring up the code and stuff. And I'd have a home office in my house. Any questions?
Any employees that you have?
No, just myself. No plans for employees, really.
You got plenty of parking and so forth there, he does. And you got the layout of your shop here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wider driveway entrance, which changed last year sometime. Or I moved my driveway, and then I made it
Yep.
to whatever width I could.
Well, I think Eric could be a great access for the town of Exonia, and I think he does a great job. I think you've been in the industrial park, weren't you, for a lot of those years?
Yeah, I worked for my
And
dad for 17
Yep,
years.
for Crossroads, had a very
and,
successful business there.
uh,
I think, it'd be a great access to Exonia. So I make a motion to, give them the conditional use permit?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
Eric, just one,
Who seconded it? Okay, thank you.
one question. We talked, I think it was, came up in planning about, visibility of the vehicles that would be there from the road.
Yep, I remember we talked about it. Yep.
Yeah. Can you maybe, for the board, just let them know what your plan is with regard to that and how that'll look?
I'm, open to ideas. I can, plant trees or whatever to cover the parking area or, arborvitaes.
Some version of screening.
Yep, yeah, screening,
I mean, screening just in general term screening, just blocking.
alright, yeah.
Well, I know I've been by his place, I don't think they're really concerned. Eric does a really nice job of keeping his place looking nice.
No, I don't
I think
disagree.
you can, if you're looking at parking stuff, you have the east side of the building you can do stuff with.
More
You know,
from
so there's
CW.
plenty of room over there, if he needs to have
And the
access.
building access is screened.
So if you're running a repair business, you're gonna have trucks in the driveway, because that is your business, you gotta have trucks in the driveway.
And ideally, they're not laying around forever.
No,
They usually want them back.
Yeah, that's their work.
Customers usually want them back.
Yeah, and I wanna get paid, so.
Okay, is there any more discussion?
How many trucks do you usually have, in your, we'll just use the word lot, if you wanna call it that?
3, 4.
Okay.
That's about it, cause then it's just not feasible to get in and out.
Have there been any neighbor objections, Joanne, on this?
No, in fact, there was, I don't remember their names, but they were, there's a couple here that came.
And, Spath.
Yeah.
Mike Spath.
Yeah, that was in favor of it, Spath, that's right.
Okay, hearing no more discussion, all's in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Request by Keek Farm LLC for land division in existing R1 zone for Autumn Ridge, north subdivision east of W1602 County Road P from parcel number 012-0816-2124-002 and 012-0816-2124-003.
Thank you, supervisors. My name is Brian Lindgren. I'm with New Developments. So this first item is a CSM that adjusts the lot line between two parcels that owned by the same entity, Keek Farms. And the reason for the CSM is when the two lots were created back with the original Autumn Ridge plat, it defined a certain boundary. That boundary was a little bit goofy, kind of had some fingers to it. And in the time since that original platting was done, wetland delineation had to be redone because the wetland boundaries did change a little bit, as well as the stormwater requirements are now increased, higher requirements for stormwater management when they were then. So in the process of working with Mr. Keek, it made sense to adjust this property line between the two parcels, as we only would intend to purchase the southern parcel. So we're adjusting that lot line to better accommodate the needs for the stormwater and work around existing wetlands. That's the reasoning behind this requested CSM.
So it's for your survey, so you get retention basins and all that stuff in? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you have retention basin to the north, and you also got one coming off to the east.
That's correct.
In the corner?
Yep.
Okay. So I look at it, and I see the other one is like natural area, am I right? To the back?
The remnant parcel of lot 2 or lot 2 of the
Yeah,
CSM?
lot 2 is a natural area, which is pretty much unbuildable, I take it,
The
or unless
majority
you
of
go
it
back and
is.
change?
Yeah, it's either wetlands or more hydric type soils, shallower groundwater table.
Okay.
Like the rest of Exonia.
So you're looking at just the
Did
first,
Did the DNR expand the wetland delineage?
Yeah, the boundary shifted,
Yeah.
correct.
I mean, it expanded, right?
It, yeah, doesn't generally get smaller.
Right.
so, my question for you is, let's say you wanna add green space to your, proposed development. You're allowed to do that over in that, I'm sure you are, I kinda looked into it, into the other natural area.
Only if he owns it.
That's, well, exactly what I mean, exactly what I mean.
And
Because I like green space in developments, and my question is for that, moving, I mean, maybe jumping the gun, but at least we're gonna get it taken care of.
Yeah, we do not intend to purchase the other lot from Mr. Keek. That would be his to retain for whatever purpose, most likely farming, that he wants to continue. The overall, the majority of the outlots in, which is the next item, the plat, are dedicated to stormwater management control. As far as an overall development, the connection to areas of green spaces was all part of the Autumn Ridge development, and it actually still is, and it'll be part of the homeowners association. It is already.
And this is across the road, Highway P, correct?
It's on the north side of Highway P.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
So part of our conversations with the county were to provide a pedestrian access across County Highway P, get it marked and signed accordingly, so it could connect into the existing recreational trails that take people around Ixonia as well as to the park that already exists there.
I think when it came up in discussion, Dan, it was, so the green space ordinance, the requirements we have for a developer is achieved because it's part of the existing and the green space that they have.
Existing
access to.
subdivision that's there,
Yep.
even though it's across the road.
It's not a rezone request, it's a replatting, an adjustment of lines.
Yep.
So do you have enough room on there for a trail to connect to the ones across the way to get to the green space, or are they just gonna be walking across the road?
Well, they'll have to cross Highway P,
Correct.
but yes, within the development, they can walk on the roads just like they do, I guess.
So they walk down the road to access it.
Yes.
Shouldn't there be a separate one for that?
We are mirroring Autumn Ridge across the street, there's no sidewalks there either.
So, not sidewalks, but they actually have walking trails. On the backside
Yes.
of some of the residents, and I know the Lou's development is putting in walking trails also.
Connecting to the, yeah.
And
That,
that's
I think that was what he was alluding to.
Yes, and we need walking trails go across to access that, not just walk across the road to get to the trail. There should be some of that implemented into your plan. And I see there's a lot of it just, you're gonna have to dedicate some space for that in your plan instead of all lots.
Well, again, I think the connection is, this won't connect outside of this area. So as far as traffic wise, we're not, like I said, we're not concerned about traffic, within the area. I know, people will be on the roads walking just like they are in other areas, without sidewalks. The crossing of Highway P, working with the County Highway Department and the county approvals will be striped accordingly with pedestrian crossing signs, to identify that that is the designated pedestrian crossing that links into the existing trails. As far as within the neighborhood, I'm not seeing another area that can be, where a trail would be beneficial to residents
They
here.
typically do it on the back sides of the lots, if you look at the other side.
Back sides.
The problem with this facility or this site is, everything on the east and to the north is
A
all
lot of the
water.
back sides to the north and east is wetlands.
It's all water, so
So
it's.
right outside of the lots.
Well, that was my first question for you, was do we allow those kind of walking paths in those areas so that you can have that without taking property away from your development? It's there, but you might have to purchase it. I don't wanna create a problem across the road and we have access for them to get to the trail. There's enough room there that you could probably purchase some of it to make it happen.
The lands to the north and the east we'd be purchasing wetlands primarily. I don't think we could put.
You can't build on it,
No, we
but you
can't.
could probably put a trail on it.
Pretty particular.
I went through all the stuff,
about
and it was named all kinds of things you can do with it.
We have some depth to the lots, I guess, that is not necessary. I would say
Would you be
a
looking?
homeowner having a path through the backyard, is that really preferable to have people walking through your backyard versus?
I don't think
down the
so.
street? I mean, I guess that's why.
I would rather not, if you're sitting
Yeah.
in your backyard.
Especially, I'm all for paths and sidewalks and things like that.
But I don't wanna.
Where they make the most sense.
I don't wanna create people flooding on the road, which is more dangerous. Okay, you're gonna have children in there, you're gonna have other people. Let's not take everybody across the road, go walking down the road to get across Highway P.
To the park?
To the other side, you wanna connect with the other side, correct?
Yes, we do
Yes.
want to facilitate
Yes.
their safe access to the,
Right.
the amenities that already exist.
It's a safety
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, I agree. We do want a safe access, so I think we meet that requirement by providing a well-marked crossing on Highway P with signage and lines, that designate.
So there's no sidewalks in the subdivision, am I right?
There's no sidewalk
So
specifications.
there's my
all.
whole issue there. You don't have a sidewalk to access that. You have to have something else. You're going down, walking down the street.
I guess
That's
I
the
would
hitch
ask
they
the
have.
Same question for the existing subdivision.
That brings up what Tom said about sidewalks in the previous one. At some point, you're gonna have to start, so we don't run this into this problem. If you have sidewalks, okay, everybody's walking down the sidewalk, where are they gonna go? Cross the street where the crossing line is. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna walk down the road, and then we're gonna go. And that creates safety.
If the town of Ixonia decides to request sidewalks as part of a development agreement or otherwise, I'm here on record saying I'm not opposed to sidewalks.
Okay.
So,
That may have to
I
happen.
prefer them to be in the front yard than the back. As a homeowner myself, I'd rather have people walking in the right of way or near the right.
And it's something I think we may have to start, so we don't get to a point where all of a sudden we've got all these subdivisions, and then somebody comes up someday and says, oh, I think we need sidewalks, so then we better put them in every one, and then we got a problem.
Sidewalks create a lot of problems too. It's maintenance, they shift, who shovels them. Sidewalks become some real big issues, and I don't know, I've seen a lot of subdivisions with sidewalks and the kids are still on the roads. So it's a catch-22. They bring some good and they bring a lot of problems with them. So right now, we don't have it anywhere else, so do we wanna approve this?
Well, there's a time that you need to change. You just
Well,
can't
but
do-
right now,
you
we're in
just
the
can't
middle.
do the same old, and then
Wow.
all of a sudden you got a problem down the road.
But we're sort of in the middle of the race. If we were gonna change, we should have had this ordinance before we even presented the preliminary.
I mean, it's something you have to look into.
Well, but we can't send him back to the drawing board when the other one just was approved.
Well,
Being that it's a cross Highway P is a different story.
if I can jump in here, and I'm going to, because I'm allowed to. This is not on the agenda. Everything we've been talking about is not related to G.
No.
The request to divide land. They will have to come back with a preliminary plat, and at that point in time, you're gonna have information from your engineer and recommendations with regard to preliminary plat, which you are not at yet.
That's next.
That's
next. That's next.
So we'll talk about that one when we.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you gonna let them, divide this off?
Yeah,
So we can get to the next one?
I would
Problem divided it up.
move to allow the land division in the existing R1 zone for Autumn Ridge North subdivision east of West 1602 County P, parcel number ending in 2124 and 2124-03.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll move to the next one, don't sit down.
So, can you tell us, cause you're mirroring, you're looking at the existing subdivision, are these lots, structures consistent with what's currently over there?
So the property's already zoned, property's already platted.
Correct.
So this is a replatting of that with new information. This
Yep.
is the new information.
Like I said, delineation.
There's a desire to not have cul-de-sacs. We have different wetlands that we need to work around. There are different stormwater requirements.
Yeah.
So it made sense to redraw the lines.
Yes.
From that perspective, the design and specifications, some of which already existed, so sewer and water specifications, a lot of which were already in existence. There are updated codes and specifications that will be met.
Understood.
But it is the part of the same water system of Autumn Ridge. They're part of the same homeowner association. They will pay into both of those structures. The homeowners here, this is all be fully sanitary sewer, pay fees according to the district with that as well. So that's.
Let me ask again, the structures, the lot size being understood.
Yes.
The structures, are they gonna mirror are they gonna complement?
Every lot size is in conformance with the zoning, which is the same as Autumn Ridge existing.
So about 1/3.
Yes.
Well,
lot size.
Can we get, I mean, right now, we're in the middle of nowhere.
What?
Well, I mean, we didn't even read off the Newman development for 19, I mean, technically,
So I'll let you introduce the agenda item first.
You're right.
well, I mean,
No, I think we're good.
okay,
Everybody knows where we're at.
Yeah.
We're good, we're good.
okay, well, just, I mean,
But you're right.
Let's continue.
We didn't talk
I
about.
mean, we didn't, okay, continue on then. I don't need to talk.
We're on H.
Yeah,
Correct.
So, my question for you is, if we're having problems with a crosswalk, out of one of those lots that are close to the road, would you be willing to put a trail through there, one of them lots, to make it easier for them, to keep them off the road that goes into the subdivision?
I think I'm having a hard time understanding what you're asking.
Okay, you know you're by Highway P there, don't you have some of the lots?
So Highway P lot 1 and 31 are the first two.
Yeah, the closest ones you got. Give them a little space there that they can maybe connect with one across the road.
So the current path connection is at the southeast corner of Timberline and P. We'll have a striped and signed crossing going
So what
to
lot
lot
do you
1.
Okay,
And then, but once they, current design is once they cross in to Timberline, folks would ride their bike and walk on Timberline Drive to that path. So are you asking for a,
walking path.
How wide is the right-of-way at the,
66 foot wide?
I think it's wider because you have it
Right.
flared out.
Oh, the Highway P right away, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Timberline?
Access, the access point.
Yeah,
Yes.
P is 100 foot wide, it says up there. 100 foot wide.
No, but I mean, going into your subdivision at the intersection.
Sure, yeah. the
It's
flares-
more than 66 feet.
Yeah, it is.
So you've already given up
Yeah.
probably 10 feet on either side of that, it appears. Is that enough to get your walkway across to what?
Within the
Supervisor.
right of way?
Yeah, within the right.
Yes, within your right of way. You got green space, you're not gonna have the road instead. Right? Is that what you're talking about, Stan? We got enough room there to do
I think
it.
that they got enough room there that.
Exactly.
They don't have to take anything more from either one of those lots because they've already flared it out.
Right, that's my question
Oh.
is, I'm trying to find out where there is room you can do that. So if there's more than 66 feet, you can do it then, to get across. So I've got this microscopic piece of paper here,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And I'm sitting here struggling with glasses on and it's not coming out, thank you.
I'm on the same thing, this is so small. that-
Well, we can't have it
Yeah, I
dotted and
just
we're trying
happened
to
to be
figure out.
able to
Yeah.
draw what you
Yeah.
had in mind.
So
That would
just
be
show me where your access, you wanna go across to the next,
So it's
Get
not
on the
showing
trail.
the path, the trail is I don't know if it's in the right of way or outside, but it'd be like right here.
Trail's right there.
Yeah, right there. So we would have a marked crossing.
Yeah, so you can mark crossing,
Yeah.
and then you have enough sides, since Stan said you got more than 66 feet to do
Yeah,
that.
It looks like it to me.
So it'd be on this side, you can put your trail. Correct, I mean, for walking across, they don't have to go on the road.
And
Because
where
you
would
have
that
the road.
trail?
You have to go
Would
across
it
the road.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
they're not
So,
on the
what-
main road in the subdivision. They can go in the grass, because you got enough room there.
We certainly have enough room within the right of way to put
Right.
a path in front of lot one. Where
Yes.
does that end?
Yes.
Back on the road, right?
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
But they got a little
Would
bit to
folks, like,
go
kinda turn in
here,
like
you know what I mean?
this?
Not coming off of here to get onto here, but this is gonna make it easier, you know what I mean?
yeah, there'll be a driveway to a house probably right about there.
Yeah,
So be just past it,
right.
like come in something like that.
Yeah, since you have the room, just
Sure.
get them off there.
Yeah. we
And then
do
they can
that.
cut
That's-
across.
Yeah,
Because then you're, you know, if you're in line, you can't put this thing
yeah, we
in
definitely
front of
want
the-
them aligned.
Yeah,
Correct.
you can't put,
With
then you
wherever
can't
it
put it in
is,
the
and if that
entrance.
requires me to put something here on the lot or adjust the lot or give an easement or
Right.
something, we'll do that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm understanding better now.
Okay. I can see it better too, it's a lot larger.
Move to approve the request by Newman Development to divide the 19 acres, redivide or realign the 19 acres of existing R1 zone parcel to create Autumn Ridge North subdivision with approximately 42 residential lots located east of West 1602 County Road P from parcel ending in 222124-003.
Did you make a motion?
I did.
Yeah.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
Yes. On the staff recommendations for this, they had town engineering review and study of the existing Autumn Ridge lift station. Did that stuff happen, or is it gonna happen? It has already happened?
Underway, yes.
Okay.
So include in your motion that they comply with all recommendations of R.E. Smith as a
Yeah.
condition of approval.
And here's the follow-up
And
question is.
there's a developer's agreement too, right?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
there'll be developers agreement, right?
So would this be in the developer's agreement? What if the lift station inspection finds out that the lift station's just borked and we need a new one? Does Exonia pay for that? Does the
No.
developer pay
there's
for it?
no-
We won't approve it if,
Okay.
if, the
I think it
engineer
came up that the
doesn't.
engineer is just unfamiliar with the
Okay.
design and has to get familiar with this, and we know Moose is bringing forward a similar, you know, I guess, completion of Autumn Ridge, for lack of a better word, that all flow into this, so they think they really just want verification that when it was it built for the number of homes that were not built at the time, or was it built for the number of homes with the addition of R42 and Moose's?
So
That's
Tom,
my understanding.
Tom, are you recommending an amendment to my motion to include the developer agreement
We're just
and?
including it.
I would say he's,
I recommend to amend the motion to include the developer, the staff
To
recommendations.
comply with all conditions set forth by R.E. Smith and a signed developer's agreement.
Well said.
Second to the amendment?
Okay, now does everybody have any?
Second to the new amendment.
Yes,
You-
go ahead.
We knew that, right? Okay. Any other discussion? All's in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thanks.
that was grueling.
You earned it.
You know, maybe
Request
we
by-
could- If we pay some fees, we get a big screen, everybody will be able to see that, big.
That'd be nice. These pieces
We're
of
thinking
paper.
about it.
Okay, let's keep going here.
Sorry, I don't mean that's.
A donation from you guys.
Request by DGI Exonia LLC to rezone approximately 1.87 acres from A2 to B for a new retail building at N8466 North Road parcel 0123-0816-2222-002. Property is currently owned by JR Safe Storage LLC.
Good evening. My name is Jim Lundberg. I am with Point of Beginning out of Stevens Point. I'm here on behalf of the developer, DGI Exonia LLC. So I'll give a little bit of background of the project to kind of give you a history of where we started and where we're at right now. So the developer independently owns and leases the building out to Dollar General. So Dollar General provides a list of communities to the developer that they want to target for a store. So Exonia was on the list. The developer goes out to search out properties that would best suit the location that Dollar General wants to be within the community. And then independently, goes into an offer with a property owner to purchase land. And once they've identified a parcel that they would like to develop, they go back to Dollar General for approval of a lease proposal. And from there, the due diligence begins once Dollar General approves the site. So the site that we are proposing to develop on has been has a offer to purchase. Dollar General has approved a lease, so there is a lease in place. So we are currently going through the due diligence process. This is a start to that. So a rezoning of the property would be necessary to develop a commercial retail business at this location. So that is where we sit right now. I will say that the property currently within the comprehensive plan is targeted to be commercial at this location, so it fits that same projection. So I'll open it up to any questions that you might have related to the development. The proposed store that we're looking to build is 10,600 square feet with approximately, I believe it's 30 parking stalls. That's up next in the agenda, but that would be what we would be proposing for the parking for the facility.
You mentioned at the plan commission that there was another request by the county planning board or something. I forget exactly the wordings you used, but there was something else that the county was asking you to do that you would probably not be able to comply with and would need a variance for.
Yes.
Is that coming to us at a later vote or
Yeah, so
to the plan
I'll
commission?
fill you in a little bit on that. So the initial plan was to split the parcel into two. They would purchase the west half of the parcel, leaving the remainder there and zoned as it sits right now. So the county came back with comments on the CSM. We were planning a cross-access easement to access the remainder parcel. And according to Jefferson County, they require that both parcels in this instance would need 66 feet of frontage on North Road. So it was a bit of a maybe confusion on our part as far as frontage of right-of-way. It fronts the highway, a significant amount of frontage on the highway, but they, because we can't get driveway access off of the highway, the county is requiring that we have 66 feet of frontage on North Road, which in addition to that would need a driveway access to both parcels. So our options on the table right now for that particular requirement would be to look to purchase additional land to the north to allow for that second driveway and the frontage that's necessary for the remainder lot, or come back to the town and request a variance for the driveway location because of the setback requirements from the right-of-way. So depending on which of those we're able to, right now we're pursuing additional land to meet the requirement, wouldn't require a variance at that point. But that is hanging in the balance right
So your location from the existing driveway, you're going farther north to get the required amount that you need, is that what?
The current requirement would require that the driveway be located as it's shown on the site plan currently.
Okay. Is it in here?
And this is really a rezoning piece to this?
Yeah.
So.
Correct.
The rezoning, yeah, I get that.
But here's the concern I have, is that whole corridor, it is in the comp plan for business. That section currently with the road north and 16 couldn't be any less attractive for business as far as the safety concern, sitting in a drink highway. I'm just, and it's nobody's fault, I mean, it's the state for not putting in a roundabout, I mean, it's
The
ridiculous.
question for me is, we got LNG tank, we've had construction at the LNG tank, there's semis, you name it, going up and down that road, and it's been going on for years as far as semi trucks for farmers and all that stuff, you know? And that should have been, this roundabout should have been down there.
I don't
Okay,
disagree.
period.
I don't disagree.
Okay, so,
But
that's
again,
not a
that's water under
problem.
the bridge, but my
But I don't
concerns-
think putting in a 10,000 square foot Dollar General is gonna create a lot of traffic, I get it.
I think
For what you guys have, it's not a destination place, it's people are driving through, they see what you have. And I've been from here all the way out to Denver, and I've looked at, I don't know, tell you how many Dollar Generals in every darn store. I have counted no more than 10 cars at any of them, the most.
And I don't disagree.
The average is probably 5 to 6, and this is probably employee cars. Okay, this traffic thing is not a big issue.
See, and I think it is, because you're adding probably 120 cars in and out.
I disagree with that.
One comment I did make at Plan Commission, and I think it still holds true, is, you know, from the town's perspective, you're going to handcuff yourself of not developing this corridor with commercial if you're gonna wait for the DOT to improve that intersection.
It'll never
And I think
happen.
there's another solution though, and that is if we can somehow work with the landowners to get a frontage road through there. Or not frontage in the true sense of the word, but a road connecting through, and
You're going through wetlands over by the frontage road there.
now if you stay up on the high side, you're not.
I've talked with Brian about this as another consideration. You asked for 2 acres of land, whatever direction this way, and we said no as a town. Were you involved in that process?
I was not involved.
Okay. I think us as a town should reconsider that 2 acres that was asked for originally. You would be eliminating the wastewater treatment issue because we're hooked up over here. You'd have access to your frontage road that you desire, and it would be, I'm gonna say, uncomplicated build for you. That this property has issues that seem to pop up just due to the nature of it.
And I think you're right, I think we have hamstrung ourselves over there, I don't disagree.
The problem is that property is slated in the comprehensive plan to be commercial developed, okay? And if the access is legally 66 feet and it has the setback, we can't stop it. Because if it isn't Dollar General, it's gonna be a different store or a different commercial building.
That's right.
Well,
Okay, I mean.
That's where I don't know if that's true, because like in our comprehensive plan, it is marked for business and commercial, but like it is also marked as farmland preservation. In the comprehensive plan, it says when you have farmland preservation and commercial that are at odds, then farmland preservation wins out. So legally, it doesn't compel us, we don't have to vote on it as going to commercial, but it's an option, like we're allowed to vote, but it's, like, this is not law, what you're saying.
But we approved with the one driveway, the storage buildings. I mean, we already approved, so it really wasn't farmland preservation. Okay, I mean.
Your farmland preservation's to the north. Okay, the
it's
LNG
like-
tank is on farmland preservation, and that's
It
about
is
as legal
on the
as you can
map.
get.
This exact plot is farmland preservation.
You're positive?
I'm
Okay.
I can
Okay.
give this to you.
Okay.
Well,
No, I just.
We're getting off the thing, but the thing is, if he gets a driveway access to the north, and they buy the land, and they have 2 driveway accesses, how are we gonna stop it? I mean, so then you're telling the landowner he can't sell it to no one?
That's not what I'm voting on. We're voting on, do we do the zoning, the rezoning, and then do we give them the 2 variances that they're asking for? One is the next item, which also, there's real problems with the next item that we could vote on. So we're not stopping a landowner from selling their land or someone from buying land. We're voting on what's on the actual agenda.
Okay.
And we've had concerns people have addressed, with trucks, the way that they gotta get in and around North Road. We have the school over there that creates a lot of issues. I happen to live on North Road, and I've heard people say it's hard to access 16. Do you ever have that problem, Tom? You being on North Road too? Those are issues that we have presently. We don't wanna make something worse. I mean, let's do some
Rick,
proactive thinking.
I lived here 66 years. I've been up and down the road 1,000,000 times, probably 1,000,000, okay? And there's a lot of traffic that goes up and down that road, okay? And here's the thing. There's more trucks and more semis and stuff that went through that thing, and you're gonna see retail, and it's gonna be a semi probably for somebody come in to restock the store and stuff. And there's semis that come up and down that road all the time. They cut across to get north of here, okay? And this whole traffic thing, I just don't get what you guys are knowing, since I've been here 66 years and looking at that. And I know all the traffic has been up and down, and I'm just saying, the traffic really is not that big of an issue.
We're getting
I think
offhand.
the issue we have
I mean,
to look at is if they're gonna have enough
we're
room
getting
to put it
offhand,
out
but
there.
the thing is, you know, we can't control Highway 16, the state does, and the traffic will be what it'll be, but you know, the request for the, you know, rezone for the land, I mean, either yes or no.
So, before you go there, I guess I'm just concerned how it's being presented. This isn't on you, but we're getting this just fed to us piece by piece. And I'm just concerned we're gonna turn around and we're gonna have all these variances, we're gonna turn around and go, what the hell just happened? And it'll come in slow. We're kinda getting it, it's coming in piece by piece, and I don't, we just asked you, we asked these other residents to go back and make it simple.
Did we just go back and say we're gonna give them variance, and then when the septic or sewer gets over there, we're gonna have them hook up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You've
would.
gone through that already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did the plan commission, how did they deal with this?
Split, it was split. Heather, do you wanna speak to the planning commission's response?
It was a split decision.
It was 2 to 2.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, and it was largely due to a lot of the concerns that have been voiced here tonight.
And I think going back to that, commission that you were involved in, Heather, what was the name of that thing? That 2030?
The comprehensive plan?
Comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
Wasn't it in there that it was desired that businesses be in town?
Well, that, I mean, you
Yeah.
guys have talked about it a few times,
Yeah.
that plot of land is slated for commercial or business.
Okay.
It's part of the town center in the sewer district.
Everyone, anybody in here that wants to go see a Dollar General, where are they located? On a main place. Nobody's gonna stop in at a Dollar General if it's in an industrial park. These people are gonna be driving by, even if they're not from the place, and they're gonna go, hey, you know what, I think I need a bag of ice or something, or whatever. Boom, they're gonna pull in, okay? They're not gonna pull in if it's in an industrial park. That's the point you're missing, and that's what you guys are looking for. I get that. And from a perspective, that's what we have to say, well, we can't just throw them in the backyard. Nobody's gonna know they're there.
Not suggesting that. I think we've got it slated for business for a reason, because of the exposure to 16. I don't disagree.
And I think
we got a 1.87 acre, we don't have the split yet, but that's coming too. That'll be another one. So I mean, it's kinda getting, I just
So
feel
the
like we're
split,
getting.
you're gonna have to purchase the other property. I mean,
No, they'll be looking for a split on this too. at some
well,
point.
I think
So,
that's
mean,
impossible, being that you can't get across the wetlands. And you can't access Highway 16. You have to be a purchase of the whole property.
Well, it's not.
Well, we just keep getting bogged down here, guys. I mean, it's simple. I mean, the request is here, it's on the agenda, either we give it to them or we don't. I mean, and then, you know, you can argue some of the things on the next one, but.
We've got a lot more to go through.
I I make a motion for this first request of 1.87 acres to be zoned from A2 to B to be not, to deny it.
What?
He's moving
Yep.
to deny the request to rezone.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to deny the request to rezone it. Is there any other discussion?
Clarification,
Well, it's yes or no, and I'm saying deny it. That's a no. That's my clarification, and then we need to,
that's, okay,
yeah.
And it's actually a recommendation to the county.
that's right, this is all recommendation of the county.
And they'll have to decide whether or not they can legally.
Understood.
Okay,
They can legally what?
Whether they can legally deny it.
Okay.
the request to deny it, we have a motion and a second, hearing no other discussion. All those in favor to deny it,
Aye.
opposed?
No. I'm opposed.
I only
Okay.
heard 2 ayes and 1 no.
Well, what do you want? You mean
I'd like to know what
we're
your
doing
votes are.
backwards here, aren't we?
Well, okay, who wants to oppose it?
Raise your hand, who's in favor of the
Raise
motion?
your
I'm
hand.
I'm in favor of the motion.
Yeah.
Same
Okay,
here.
you're in favor of opposing it,
I'm in favor of opposing.
and you're in favor of opposing it.
3-2.
32,
Okay, thank you.
okay.
Then you don't go to the next one.
Right.
No.
It's a mute point.
It's a moot point, yes.
All right,
Have a nice drive back.
thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask Stan a question?
Yeah.
Related to the second one, so that the variance, I mean, I think that the board could probably have grounds of overturning, or the county could probably overturn what we just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the variance actually has, I think, legal backing to not approve it.
Well, it's not.
I mean, and so it's just like, is it truly moot, or like, can we vote on it, or?
No,
like,
because
there's
the
no
only
use?
way you get to that is if you
Okay.
have approved the rezoning,
Okay.
because of the fact that,
Well, and so if the county overturns it, does this come back to us?
Then this will come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
But right now, until the county does something, either agrees with us or not,
Right.
we don't go forward.
Okay.
Okay, consider possible action regarding resolution 2026-02, compliance maintenance annual report for utility district 1.
Do we get an A?
We should. There's one area that has to be adjusted by the DNR, because they did not update it for a new plant yet from last year.
Oh, yeah.
So, but otherwise, everywhere else we passed. It's only the influent numbers, which really when you go from they don't care what comes in, they just care what's going out. So this is just a request, or it's a resolution to accept the annual report, which has to be done so that I can submit it with the, annual report to the DNR.
So moved.
So, Ben, is there any?
We have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
What's that?
Discussion. Is there anything that we need to do on our part on this?
It's all.
It's all done and just present the report. Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's pretty straightforward. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider possible action regarding resolution 2026-03, compliance maintenance annual report for utility district 2.
Same
Ditto.
thing for UD two, we got an A, everything's.
Move to approve.
Second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Consider possible action on hiring James Kerr for a paid on-call volunteer for Exonia EMS.
Yeah, we're looking for your approval to hire James. I believe he passed the drug test and
He's passed test?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Do you recommend him?
Yes.
Okay. I make a motion to, hire James Kerr.
Second.
For paid on-call zone EMS.
Hearing no more discussion, all those in favor, signify by aye.
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 Opposed? You can hire.
Consent agenda.
Class B retail license to sell, deal and traffic in fermented, malted and alcoholic beverages for the period from July 1, 2026 to June 30, 2027.
So this is a consent agenda. Everything can be taken in as, underneath this as one motion.
A, B, and C.
Yep.
So, one of the things that came up last year we did this, is having a entity that is afforded a liquor license and making requirements on having them some hours of operation, either monthly or, I'm getting a stink eye.
No, I mean, they've made an application. In their, application, they have they've defined their premise. We have a state law that says what their
Yeah, I was gonna
hours of
say.
operation could be.
The state dictates when they can be open and closed.
No, let me clarify.
Not
The
being used.
Exonia Pub is only open very sporadically, and we have a liquor license with it.
That's their choice.
I understand that, but as a town, can we require?
No.
No, as
No.
long as they, we have a provision in our ordinance that says if they close down for more than 120 days and they
Yeah.
don't operate, then we can do a revocation hearing. But if they're open within that period of time, nothing we can do about it.
And let me clarify, they only have a Class B beer. So it's not a
It
liquor license.
doesn't even
They don't-
affect us.
No, that's only beer.
You're talking Exonia Pub, they're just basically probably stay open to keep the
Are you
liquor
talking, you're
license.
talking about Exodia Pub?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking Pub
Yes.
16. Oh,
No.
sorry,
What's Pub
Okay.
16?
it's by the gas station.
No,
Oh,
you see, our lobby for our wonderful liquor industry is very, very strong. And they protect the people that run taverns very, very much. And the law has been tailored to protect them. So unless they are, not open for a long period of time, there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm not trying to force them to, I'm just saying, we've got an asset out there that's not being utilized and we're not.
They're paying the taxes, they're maintaining it, it's insured, it's,
I understand all.
Dave,
mean, they're
if you would
meeting
go
all
knock
the-
on their door and be in there every day.
they're meeting
they'd
all the
be open.
requirements.
Oh, shut up now.
But they're meeting all the requirements.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Class B,
I make a motion to approve the renewals.
Second. Consent items, second, yeah.
have a motion and a second for the approval of the Class B license. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Class A retail.
No, we just did one motion for all
One
of
motion
it.
for Class A and B.
Consent, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So should we back up and say include A?
No,
No,
he
it
didn't.
said,
He said
Yeah.
approve the consent agenda.
Yep.
And all the renewals.
Okay, you just said B.
Staff updates.
I don't know if I have any.
I like that answer.
I'm exhausted.
That's good.
Are you true?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't,
I'm
I
just
can't.
getting
Public
warmed up.
Works, Ben?
I'll make it quick. Carpenter moved into town and work has begun on curbs on Winterberry Park. Tomorrow they'll be working on pulverizing Marietta Avenue and then moving to North Avenue and around the highway and fire station. And then Wednesday they'll be moving on River Street for pulverizing and paving it shortly after. Mooring operations have started. We're currently working on our first cutting, getting around. Scott's Construction will also be coming into town by the end of the week for seal coating on Fox Triangle and Ivy Road, as well as Linden and Birch. Our crewman, Jeremy Reimer, has moved into the position of the utility operator. So with this shift in position, there's now the opening for the Public Works crewman, which has been posted and is being advertised for applications for June 19th.
That it?
That's it.
Thank you, Ben.
Calvin, Fire and EMS?
Yeah, so May was a busy month for us. We ran 39 calls. That's up 13 calls from last year at this time. So that's an 8.5% increase. increase. Yeah, and we're doing our interviews for our full-time hire this week, or our third full-time hire later this week.
How many applications?
We had 2 applicants.
Good.
So, and the busy streak is continuing. As of today, we've ran 14 calls for the month of June, so it's been pretty crazy.
What are the next steps from the presentation that we had a couple months ago? It's like, are you pushing something to us to vote on, or do we have to follow up on, with Brian on getting it onto the agenda, the next step? Or, it's like, what do we need to do to not make that stall?
Yeah, good question. I'm actually meeting with Laura again, next week, just to go over kind of what our next options are as a department. I guess I'm open to any suggestions that the town board has, but I think that's something that needs to start happening, sooner rather than later. Like I stated, I'm worried about land being sold and developed that can potentially be a good location for a public safety building.
And Laura talked about some socialization aspects to the community.
Yeah, there's a huge educational outreach that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Just because honestly, most of the general public doesn't realize that after 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and Saturdays and Sundays, the fire station's not staffed. So I think it's just one of those things where people think there's people there all the time. I shouldn't say not staffed, not in-house. That's the better word.
Paid on call.
Paid on call,
So
yeah.
we're paid on call, 6 p.m.
So
to 6
there's
a.m.
access to a call if you need to, it's not,
Yeah.
I think right now, in all honesty, we need to get behind and finish the highway shop. And once that's behind us, then we can start concentrating on moving forward. I mean, right now, we're gonna be no different than what I just said earlier. You're gonna have so many things in motion that,
I don't think it's ever too early to start the socialization.
Start this because
Yeah.
we just
You can
completed
plan.
100 homes in the last 2 months.
yeah, you can plan, which is good.
And I wanna commend you for, and Josh, about putting, the amount of information that's going out now from you guys
Yeah.
is phenomenal. It's always positive
And
stuff.
that's one of my goals, and that's kind of what we talked about at officers meeting Wednesday night last week is, do we have Laura come back and publicize that meeting to kind of explain what, as a department, we need going forward? I don't think the general public most of the general public has never even been in the fire station.
Right.
For that matter. And it's one of the oldest fire stations in the county, We're one of the only fire stations in the county that provides an EMS service that doesn't have living quarters, or a shower for that matter. So, there's
Got lots of hoses.
Yeah, just get a garden.
Improvise.
well, okay,
Improvise.
we're kinda getting off path here.
Okay.
Killjoy.
Ben, are you gonna cover utility, or did you?
I'll give an update, that Jeremy's been doing well, he moved into his role last week, or he's been in for the week before as well, but everything's going good, we met with the DNR today, we're filling out the reports for the CMAR and the DMRs, and everything's going good.
Do we need to, or do you have the authority to bring in,
Donahue?
yeah,
They're already under contract for the.
right, but
for the help.
okay,
Yep, and I've had a conversation with them as well, we're continuing on as we have been.
Yep.
Working with Greg as well, so he's been keeping us.
Good.
He reviews a few things and everything's going through just fine. When it gets to the point if we use up the amount that has been approved, we'll revisit it.
yep, okay.
If he has questions, he can just call them and he works them through them, correct?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
up to
that's all been approved.
Yeah, I was up to today and
Okay.
talked to him, so.
Upcoming meetings, Joanne.
Plan Commission will be meeting June 23rd at 7 p.m., sorry. Exonia Fire Department Officers meeting July 1st at 6:30 p.m. Park and Recreation meeting, July 6th at 5 PM. And then Town Board meeting, July 13th at 7 PM.
Okay, need a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
We're adjourned.
I didn't even vote on it.
Everybody voted yes, I heard it.
Okay.
It's over.
Whoa. Hey, I wanna see your map now.
The only thing that scares me with this fire thing is, where are you coming up with the money? Where are you coming up with the money? Well, I'm all in favor of moving forward, but,
It's an updated
It's,
map.
you know,
I mean,
and
like
right
this is, I
now,
pulled it from the website.
you're trying to get money from people that don't have money.
All three,
I thought we
this is
did.
current, this is,
I mean,
what's in the 15-year.
Right now,
And then
people
I mean,
are
I was
hurting.
surprised to see that it.
This
I
gasoline
don't
thing
know,
is
I thought she
Oh,
updated
Barry's
it.
crippling the average. Well, they've had a couple travels, like my daughter and son-in-law for work. They're spending an extra $75
I
each.
don't know.
Because I don't.
So that's $600 a month they don't have, you know?
I do not.
And that's just, that's not groceries, that's not,
Like, and I knew that
that's,
you were talking about
And I
this.
know
And the
Brian's got
thing
a
that's
key,
fascinating
I know
is,
Ben's got a key, you know, like
Rick,
it's.
it's over.
like, the current zoning.
Yeah, I don't have a list. I have to go dig into
Area
see
that's north
where
is
Nancy
actually,
kept the list.
business already.
I didn't,
And so it's like,
I didn't
that,
sign out
that
on,
doesn't
you know,
make
to get a
sense, I
key,
mean,
she
like
just
that.
handed me the keys.
And that's not the WE Energy site, that's
I
just
don't
some
know
other
if there was a
site.
list.
like,
Yeah, no,
where the
that
houses
was,
are.
no, that was on there, we knew that was on there a long time
That's
ago.
interesting.
It's already industrial.
Maybe it was in Nancy's head, but,
No,
I mean,
no, I just wanted to make
she-
sure, Mary, look it up.